start us out with a quarterback question? Instead of asking your quarterback situation, how did your quarterback, when you looked at the film, how did he fare on Tuesday?
Well, when we get outside the pocket, we don't need to throw the ball back over the middle. It's probably the first conversation that we had this morning. We want to eliminate turnovers. Luckily, we got a penalty on it and it wasn't called. But other than that, I would probably describe it as efficient. 14 of 18. I do have a math degree, believe it or not, but right now it's not. I think that's 70-some-odd%. That's a pretty good number, and that's kind of what we're looking for. And not only that, you know, T.O. and Datron made a couple of really nice catches, but he gave them a chance to make plays on the ball, and that's kind of what we're looking for.
And can you talk a little bit to the idea that your quarterback didn't have to be great? And I'm kind of judging from your words that he was good.
It's pretty good. I mean, I would take that every night.
Right.
He
doesn't have to be great.
Right. I mean, it's no different than again, probably the most explosive offense in our conference right now is probably Toledo, and Logan's a great quarterback. You know what I mean? But he does a great job of understanding that he's got tremendous talent around him and utilizing them and not trying to do too much. And I mean, efficient's not a negative term. I mean, efficient is that's about as that's me saying giving you pretty high praise. So don't let's not take it that way.
And how do you capitalize on the momentum from the offense going in Buffalo?
Well, we got to continue to make the routine play, and we got to continue to be consistent as play callers and realizing that everything's set up by our run game, and even when we get negative run plays, that we have to continue to call those plays, and when we do that, we're a better football team.
And what are you looking at from Buffalo?
I'm looking at Buffalo's a much improved football team. I think Lance is in his third year now with the program, and you can tell when looking not just at their roster, but in the way they execute their schemes. They know who they want to be from an offensive standpoint and a defensive standpoint as well. They've had some issues at quarterback. When I say issues, I mean injuries, because they found two really good ones. JUCO kid that got hurt and is out for the season, and I think Tyree's back now and played last week's game, and really he's probably, you know, the most athletic quarterback in our conference from a skill set standpoint. He's been hampered by that knee a little bit. He didn't really get out of the pocket too much in last week's ball game. And you know, really what's scary about him is how they used him early in the season with the quarterback run game. Didn't do it last week, but you know, we've got to be prepared for it. But it's a unique dynamic that he brings to the table, and it's going to be a formidable test, you know, from a defensive standpoint. Again, you look at their roster, you look up inside, those two guys in there, 6'2", 315, 320. So he's done a great job of bringing in that size, 91, 92 outside. You're talking about 6'4", 6'5" defensive ends at 265 pounds. You got two senior safeties, two junior corners, and a Mike linebacker that leads the conference in tackles. So he's done a great job of bringing those guys along. They're playing with great confidence. Unfortunately for those guys, man, they lost a lot of tough games. I'm excited about it because we're going to see where we are, and we're going to see how much improvement we've had on defense. We've played better throughout MAC play. They're going to test us. They're going to test us from a schematic standpoint. They're going to test us from a skill standpoint. So challenged the kids this morning, excited about the opportunity. And then from an offensive standpoint, I just want to, we're so close to being, as far as our conference play goes, one of the that top third, you know, one of the elite offenses in the conference. So looking forward to seeing us continue to improve.
There was a video from your locker room after the game, your guys celebrating, and it looked like they had won the MAC championship. How rewarding is it for you to have these kids get to feel that after the season they've had, and B, to know that clearly, they have not quit?
It's a good feeling to know that they're still playing with excitement, but let me make sure that everybody understands this. That's a tradition that's been going on here for a long, long time. The way they celebrated after the win last week was no different than how they celebrate any other week. The unfortunate part, I ain't had a chance to do it too much, but You talk to some guys who've been around here for a while. That's what makes this place special, is when they get a chance to sing like Ziggy. You know what I mean? They take great pride in that, and it's my job, this coaching staff job, to make sure we do it a lot more.
With Buffalo, when they have a guy like Hodge, who's obviously talented and playing at a high level, offensively, do you scheme around a guy like that? You kind of have to, don't you? At least to a
You gotta know. You gotta know. You gotta make sure he's counted for. So definitely, that's some of the things that we've talked about over the last 48 hours. Absolutely.
Going back to Jordan's point, then, will you talk a little bit more about? I mean, he's right. I mean, I know you guys sing after every game, and it's exciting after every win. But that, especially, there was a level of craziness out there. You know?
Really, John's no different. I mean, it's no different from the first game we won here. And that's what I'm telling you guys. That's what makes this place so unique. I mean, that they do it every game that we won. That's how they celebrate. I mean, you guys aren't in it all the time, but I'm not making that up. I mean, they're passionate about this thing, and that's what's so gut-wrenching about going through what we're going through and seeing that. I mean, it blew me away too, but I mean, I'm not lip service. That's how passionate they are about Iziggy, and that's how passionate they are about this program, and it's fun to be a part of. And we got to get it going. We got to get back at an elite level once again.
You know, Jordan asked you a question earlier in the year along those lines of, did you get the passion? Is that another example of, you know, when fans were frustrated?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I mean, these kids, they take great pride in this program, and I'm still learning all the traditions, you know. But it's a special place, man. It's a special place, and I'm not just talking from wins and losses. People really care about this university, and they want to see it be successful.
With a week like you guys had last week, we talked about the quarterback play a lot and the confidence going into last week, but have you seen like a team confidence kind of, you know, building off that last game, maybe going into this one?
I hope so. I mean, they should be. I mean, they played well. We made explosive plays in all three phases, and that's always important. Starting with the secondary and the back end, those guys attacked the ball. Now we got to really be smarter and not. You know, I want them to be aggressive. I want them to play the ball, but we got to understand situations. 3rd and 15, 3rd and long a couple times. We gave them cheap penalties. We gave them 30 yards. And the 2 drives, if we, you know, self-inflicted wounds, you know, those are things that we can control. So we need to do a better job of that. But yes, the day's practice, the kids had a bounce about them, and I think they're fairly confident right now, and they're excited about seeing how this thing plays out over the last 3 ball games.